guys. So today's video is going to be a little bit different because I want to show you something on Pinterest. Yes, we're going to go a little bit off screen and I'm going to share with you my Pinterest boards because there's a really good reason for this, I promise. And it's because if you are a takeout fanatic like I am, one of the biggest struggles is constantly the idea that I can make this at home, but it is not going to taste as good as blank. For me, that was always Panera's broccoli cheddar soup. So good. But I could never quite do it myself in the same way that they do. That's where Pinterest comes in because I want to teach you one of my favorite things about using Pinterest to help you meal plan. Yes, we are talking about Pinterest for meal planning. And I want to share it with you because this is something that I've been doing for years. Years and years and years and years and years. Okay, so we're gonna go over to Pinterest, and inside of Pinterest, we are going to search for copycat dinner recipes. The word copycat is really, really important here, and you probably wanna do like your Panera or your Texas Roadhouse, Panda Express. There's a ton of different ones in here, and ignore whatever Pinterest is trying to tell you is relevant. Let's say, for example, that I really wanted copycat Panera recipes. And we're going to open this up and we're going to see what it is that they have to offer. Ooh, yum, yum, yum. Delicious, delicious. But here's what we want is the broccoli cheddar soup. So we want to save to a board, and you can make your own board. They have your little suggestions down here. I have it as copycat recipes. I have done this for Starbucks recipes, for broccoli cheddar soup recipes, for chicken tikka masala recipes. You name it, you can find a recipe on Pinterest for it. But this one is specifically, like the way that I'm searching for things right now, this is specifically for copycat recipes. So I have to think of another Chipotle. Pico de gallo. Ooh, Chipotle barbacoa. Of course, I want to have that, so I'm going to save it to my list. I want to save the cilantro lime rice. Absolutely. Chipotle steak. Yum-tastic. Ooh, the Chipotle chicken. I want to save that as well. And now, when I am done, I'm going to go over to, ignore all of this. This is business stuff. You don't need to know any of this. We're going to go over to our saved boards. And then I'm going to, normal people don't have this many boards. This is my business account. Like, ignore this. So let's see. We're going to do copycat. There we are. So inside of my copycat recipes board, I have all of these different recipes that I can duplicate at home for myself. Whenever I'm feeling like I've got a hankering for that, so you can tell I'm a sucker when it comes to Panera soups. I'm just a sucker for it. And I'm not even ashamed of it. I probably should be more ashamed of it than I am, but I'm not. But when it comes to this stuff, I can literally know that I can go over and find this recipe. And I have no idea if this is necessarily like the best or anything. I just know that I know what I want, and if it's a good recipe, I will definitely use it right now. Absolutely, not a question. And that's kind of the cool thing is you can literally look and see, do I have these things? None of these are difficult. This is a really important thing to note. None of the stuff in here, the only thing that's kind of more expensive, I guess, is the 4 cups of half and half. Holy guacamole. This isn't that difficult. The recipe here itself, that to me was the biggest like eye opener, was realizing that it's not hard to make these recipes I just needed a place to keep them all and to find them all and to not have to figure it out on my own. So I wanted to teach you that when it comes to Pinterest, because that's such a cool thing that you can do using Pinterest. If you have not already started using Pinterest as a way for you to basically start your own meal planning board, making up your own meal plans back to back and like regularly, absolutely give it a try because it is 100% one of my favorite things to do with Pinterest. With Panera, I'm like that tiny little, it's like this big. It's like that deep. And it's like $6. I'm like, breaks my budget every time and only leaves me wanting more. But if I can make an entire crock pot of it myself and it can feed me for 2 days. I'm kidding. And it can feed my entire family for 2 days. I would consider that a win. I would consider that a very big win. So, your challenge this week is to use Pinterest, or you could just, if you're not one of those Pinterest people, that's totally fine. Find them, save them, test them out. That's one of my favorite date night activities for my husband and I is once a month we get together and we do a Copycat in-home date night. And we see what kind of thing we can make from our favorite restaurants. And the worst case scenario is that it doesn't taste exactly like it and we can tweak it next time. Next week, we're going to have another lesson. And next week, we're going to be talking about how to save for takeout. And you can absolutely do this. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.